Hey, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Issues and Society. Woo! Guys, thank you for your support. We'd like to say thank you to our esteemed subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, commenting, and thank you for following up. We appreciate you. I'm Vanilla.
And I am Zexiliz.
On this week's episode, guys, we have a very interesting topic. And as you know, we don't just bring just anybody on set. So today we have a very interesting topic to discuss and a very highly, I wouldn't say very highly intelligent guest. So, Dr. Liz, ask the honor.
Okay, guys, you're welcome once more. Today, we'll be talking about substance abuse and its effects on our today's society. And then to take us further in today's podcast, today's very interactive session, we have a special guest. No other person but Dr. Daniel Oyari. Drum roll!
Yay!
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to
Nice to have you on set with us.
It's good to
Welcome.
see you. So, Tapis, could you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Daniel Riari, medical doctor from University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, and I'm excited to be here. And I know we're gonna have a very interesting discussion.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you want to tell us about yourself?
Is there any more thing that you think?
Like let's meet you.
I wear a number of hats.
Tell us all of them.
All of it.
All of
okay.
it.
I write. I have 2 ebooks that are out. I'm a speaker interested in youth and teenagers. I sing. I'm a leader in church, worship leader in church.
Glory.
Also associated with Big Circle Worship. You can check them out.
Wow.
And yeah, basically that's it. So my social media handles are there. You can see me. I like to talk about interesting topics, social concepts. I believe I'm called to engineer culture, to put people in the right mindset, right perspective about life and life matters. And that's why I'm here. So it's an honor to be here one more time.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you, sir.
So, we're talking about substance abuse and its effect on the society. Like if you look around these days, we have a lot of young people whose lives are being ruined on a daily due to the abuse of these substances. Due to addictions. Some of them do, some depressing. But no matter the case, the first question is how do you define substance abuse, and how is it different from substance use?
Okay, that's a very intelligent question, and it's a good way to start the discourse. So, substance abuse, I would define it as the use of substance against or beyond medical prescription. So, there is always a required dose for every substance that you use.
Exactly.
You begin to abuse it when you've exceeded or you're going against prescription. So, usually, before any substance is used, a doctor, a medical professional has to prescribe this, and the dosage is directly, clearly written and stated. So, once you don't go to get the substance against the doctor's prescription, or you're done with the prescription and you're still exceeding, that's abuse. Substance use, on the other hand, is using the substance within the limits of the prescription, within the limits of the required dosage. So that's how I distinguish it.
All right.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Interesting.
So I think he has like really laid a very good foundation for us.
Exactly.
And then I feel like many people don't know. Let me assume that many people don't know the types of substance abuse that goes on in our today's society.
It's really loud.
Yeah, because some people,
Rampant.
I'm telling you, some people just take drugs and you tell them that you're abusing drugs. They're like, really?
Oh yeah.
I'm not aware, because I mean, probably just helps them one way or the other relieve stress or pain. So please, could you tell us what are the types of substance abuse that are very common in our today's society?
Okay, I would want to answer this question making two references. So there are substances that the common ones that we know. When you talk about substance abuse, people are thinking of alcohol, people are thinking of tobacco, people are thinking of marijuana, and all of that stuff. And while that is substance abuse, there's another part of it that we neglect,
Okay.
and that's when people self-medicate. So
Exactly.
you
Very
know
true.
the drug for a particular disease or ailment or whatever. Very commonly is women when they're having menstrual pain. So NSAIDs like diclofenac and all of that stuff. At least I've seen a couple of them. They take excessive amounts of it, and then they get very dependent on it.
Yeah.
And so why they might not want to call it addiction, but they're already addicted. Why they might not want to accept.
True.
And then medically speaking, I want to say this: there's a very there's an incidence of antimicrobial resistance in the society now because people have abused antibiotics.
Yes.
They know that they can take these things even without, they
Too
can go over the
much.
counter. So
Too
they just go on the counter and they ask for give me Cipro, give me this, give me that.
As long as they know the name.
So they know the name
Yeah.
and there's no regulation. The
Yeah.
pharmacist just so now what as doctors we prescribe these drugs and it's not working because the patients or the clients have gotten addicted to them and
it.
their system has built a kind of resistance
Yeah.
to it. So it doesn't work. So normally this person will take 2 doses of this and it's gone. But now we're having 4, 6. So the cost of medication is increasing because of this. So substance abuse can be hard substances.
Yeah.
Like the commonly accepted ones that everybody knows. But then there's the other part that is quiet, but it's also causing almost the same effect. That's people are developing resistance, even to anti-malaria.
True.
People are developing resistance to these drugs.
Some
and
people
so
just treat malaria for no reason.
it's a
Once
vicious
they have
cycle.
the
Yeah.
symptom, headaches,
So
as common as
it's a lot to talk about
energetics,
substance abuse. It's actually a lot to talk
yeah.
about, and the effects are you can see socio-economic effects,
Yeah.
health effects, and all of that. It's a loop. Yeah.
So and talking about this substance abuse, you know, it has its effect. Not just we're talking about society.
Yeah.
As in, how do you think substance abuse has actually broken a lot of families, destroyed unity, like destroy homes? What can be done? And
Okay. The major issue with the substance that have been abused is their effect on the human body. Many of these substances were originally created for good use.
yeah,
But you know, everything that's originally created for good use in excessive amounts can result to negative effects. So many of these drugs are sedatives. That means they can depress your system,
yeah,
cause you to sleep, cause you to get drowsy. Many of them are stimulants, so they cause you to function above human capacity. So when you, but their effect, their side effects to these things is a damage on your mental system.
exactly.
So you find out that your cognitive ability, your cognitive function is tampered with. Your ability to make judgment is tampered with. So you find out that there's almost a direct link with domestic violence, negligence, crime, corruption with the use of this. For example, recent studies shows that use of substances like tobacco is higher in the north in the ages of between 12 and 18, 19, 20. They've started taking those substances. When you compare it with the level of crime and criminality in that area, you can tell
Substance
this is the
abuse is
reason why.
really related with crime.
So due to exposure, no policy withholding them, so crime and criminality and all that, you can find there's no development in that area, and it's almost a direct link. If you come down to the south, you find out that it's peer pressure most especially because students in the universities, that's what you find. So you find them mostly among university students using hard drugs and substance. So this one, somebody that's probably a good child growing up goes to university and now finds the wealthy friends taking the substances because of no regulation also, and they use that. So within the school system, you find them they are not doing well academically, and when they come out to the job market, there's poor intellect, human capacity is reduced. So our overall function or result production is reduced.
Okay.
So you see how all of this affects society. We have people that are not efficient in the workplace. Then we have jobless people that are being tampered with these substances. So they are the ones that are used as tools to cause havoc in society.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it all plays around. If you don't, and the family is the strongest unit in society.
Yes, it is.
So when the root of a tree is bad, it will somehow spread to the branches. When the core unit of society, which is the family, is not properly structured, there's no unity, there's no proper training, you find it stemming to society. So
Exactly.
children are not brought up properly, go and influence children are brought up properly, although and all of that stuff, parents neglecting their children, so they find their way into all these vices. Before you know, they're into drugs and all of this stuff, and then the society is suffering for it. And they also there's a very wise saying that it takes a community to raise a child.
True, very true.
In the times of our parents, these things were not that rampant, and that's because they had auntie this can beat you, and your mother is going to clap for her for doing it.
Child.
You're everybody's child.
Is your
But
child.
now everybody's on their own. So I can literally see this person's child making a mistake, and because I don't want any problem with the mother or the father, I'll just ignore. And so this child is going astray right before our eyes, and it's you see, so it affects society. We can't deny the impact.
We cannot.
Yes, but if you ask me what I would think to mitigate or reduce the effect is, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the schools, the family. Parents should be aware of what their children are doing. Know your children's friends. Know who they are talking to. Know what they are exposed to. Limit their exposure.
A lot of gangs in schools now.
Limit their exposure. I know at a certain age I was not allowed to use a phone, and it helped me. Up until a certain age, I wasn't allowed to access the internet, and it helped me. You can't deny that, and that's what helped our parents too. So parents need to be intentional about what they do, even in the schools. There are certain things that should not be allowed. When we're in school, they call them contraband. There are certain things you don't come into school with all of this. But now, if a child is in SS2, SS3, and they don't have a phone in class, it's like you're not living in the society. They got wokeness, and it's a disease.
Dead wokeness.
Yeah. So that's what I would say about it.
I've been thinking as you were talking about peer pressure. What would you say for somebody, let's say for somebody who is entering into the entertainment industry for the first time? Because there's this thing going around the entertainment industry that's okay, you need to take some kind of substances to relieve stress. Like, when we're talking about the Mubad story, like in our live stream some weeks ago, how I've forgotten the other person's name, just advised him, why are you taking crack? And everything was in Naira Marley, asking him, why are you taking it? We're like, it's to relieve stress. And then they told him, don't take it. They just advised him, don't take it and everything. So there's this thing, I've noticed that it goes around in the entertainment industry where people have to take certain substances.
They are highly involved in it.
To help them keep pushing. There are a lot of excuses around this. Let's just keep pushing. We want to stay strong for the next set, the next this. So what is your advice to somebody who is passionate about the entertainment industry, wants to probably act or do music the right way concerning this aspect of taking substances?
There are always two sides to a coin.
Okay.
In every industry, there are the good example and there's the bad example.
Exactly.
You see, I believe it's ignorance to think that without these substances you cannot perform. I know that there are stimulants, like I already mentioned. So, but there's a restriction, there's a limit for you that is healthy. There's a limit you get to, there's the extent you get to that becomes poison to your body. So there are people that you can model after. There are people that have families that are doing well in the entertainment
industry
and even the movie industry. You must not necessarily follow the and I know it's difficult because you see it's also a loop. So these people use these substances, they become famous. The brands want those substances to be promoted more, so they sponsor you to use them more. And because you're the influencer, the celebrity, the younger ones are seeing you using these things, and they are patronizing it more. So the brands are sponsoring you. You are publicizing and advertising their products. People coming under you are now using them. So we have, you see, the people that are celebrities or popular in the society tell us the kind of society that we are. The people that we celebrate mirror the kind of what our values are. I don't want to mention names, but personally, there are people that I see that are influencers, and I'm wondering, this person doesn't have any reason on any standard societally to be an influencer, because there are people looking up to you, and they're not going to ask questions, they're just going to follow what you're doing.
Exactly.
So, but then that's where we find ourselves. Like I said, they are doing the wrong things, but then the brands that are sponsoring them have the well-to-do, the connections, the money, so they keep pumping money into it. They keep advertising these things. The younger ones are following, and it's becoming so. Every rapper now must smoke on set. Every musician must carry drugs, display all of these things on set. And the videos will be everywhere. But the ones that are sober, you don't find the videos everywhere. Nobody's sponsoring it. It's just appealing to our primal instinct as humans. So I know that as human beings, there are things that appeal to us. Instinct is intricate in us. Sex appeals to humans and all of this stuff. And so it's just unfortunate that the corrupt people are the ones taking advantage of these things and pushing them into the.
Exactly.
So for somebody that is going into entertainment, I know there are a couple of names we can mention that are keeping their records straight, character, integrity in check. They have families that are doing well. You can model after these ones. Find a way. And I encourage anyone that wants to do that, please find those people and let's have more influencers and celebrities that we can be. I can sleep with my eyes closed when I know my children are watching this thing. Because now I'm wondering, if I have a daughter, how am I going to breathe or sleep at night? If there's a way that this, we can just find a way to streamline what they're exposed to. Streamline what they're exposed to. Those that are making sense, those that we think align with our values and our standards personally. Let's expose our children to those people. And then let's let them learn from these things, because what they see that they imitate.
So I have another question for you. Do you think the issue of substance abuse should be treated like should be treated less like a criminal case, rather should be treated like an issue affecting society?
Medically speaking, everyone that is addicted to a substance needs medical intervention. They should be treated as a patient, a client that needs medical intervention. If you're asking for where the crime is, I think the user is not the person that have committed the offense. How did he get exposed to these things? What are the policies in the country that allow these things to cross the border? What's the regulation around the production of these substances? How do you put checks and balances in the medical line? How are you ensuring that patients don't just go over the counter to get this stuff? What are the policies you put in place? These are the people that should face criminal cases. For the user, the end-time user, the young person, 25-year-old that is addicted to any of these substances, is a victim of circumstance, is a victim of society, a victim of whatever you want. So that person should actually be, it's an emergency situation. The person should actually be catered for medically in all, both drugs, drug therapy, and even physical therapy. You talk to somebody, and mental therapy and all of that stuff. So it's a holistic treatment. I don't think they should be treated as criminals. Their only offense was being exposed to these things and not being properly monitored. So, and it's not primarily their fault.
Because you see some of them get arrested and they get thrown.
That's wrong.
They get incarcerated.
That's wrong.
I don't really buy the idea.
That's wrong.
Okay, so speaking about therapy, I'm curious and I'm wondering to myself, people take drugs to manage their mental health. And I mean, so somebody is going through something mentally and then you just see them sniff something or smoke or do something just to put themselves together, put themselves in check. And I want you to just recommend. I mean, we're trying to build a better society today, so what can someone who is having a deep mental health issue, maybe family, back then in my secondary school, I had people, I knew people that took drugs because they came from broken homes, and it was just their way of coping. It was a coping mechanism. So what other way, aside from taking drugs, can they use to manage their mental states?
Okay, so like I said, many of us are victims of poor society. And the way we campaign for drugs, medical drugs, like we do hypertension campaigns, HIV campaigns. There are medical professionals that are particularly professionals in mental health. We need to raise the awareness and advocacy for mental health. It's a part of medicine. You can get treated, you can get sick mentally. The same way you can get sick in your body. So we need to advocate more, create more awareness around it. You don't need to take drugs to get okay. And if you're, you know, the way they say is lonely at the top. So many times you see the celebrities, they say as they're growing up, they know that when they get very popular, there's nobody around them. As you're growing, you need to, there are people that you must have around you.
Yes.
And it's common knowledge. You must have a lawyer, you must have a doctor. So while you have a doctor for your body, you have a doctor for your mind too. So when those things come, when you're overwhelmed, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling down, depression is a disease. So you should find a therapist, find somebody to talk to. So you coming from a broken home, that's not your fault. But you know, there's so much stigma. There's so much stigma, and you can understand why there's resistance or restriction or restraint towards coming out. Somebody is depressed and they can be depressed in a house where there are people and they're still depressed. Nobody's even paying attention to you. Nobody's aware. And so when they are free and they can do, they take the case into their own hands and they look for alternative solutions. And it's what they are exposed to that they will take advantage of. The person that is taking drugs was introduced to by somebody else.
Yes.
So the same way people are introducing each other to these hard substances, you can introduce them to the better way. There's awareness of mental health. You can go and see a psychiatrist, you can see a therapist, you can go and complain. I'm feeling so and so way. My mood is low, I'm not excited, I'm losing my friends, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. These things are symptoms that you can talk to a medical professional about and they would give you solution. The same way you go to them for them to prescribe drugs or you're doing surgery for you. They can do is so it's there. So we need to just more awareness. I think that will help.
Excellent, excellent answers. You've really been nailing the answers. I have another question for you. So, what steps have been taken? What actions have been put in place to curb the spread of this societal pandemic that is eating deep into the society, and we're losing a lot of young people. You see a lot of people sleep, as in you see somebody sleeping on the road that they have to slap them. Have you seen those videos? Like hanging and they have to be slapped. So what actions have been put in place, and what actions do you think need to be put in place to curb the spread of this societal pandemic called substance abuse?
Oh, since we're here, I would say the first is what we're doing right now. The media is one of the most powerful forces currently. So if you talk about these things, but when they see young people like us talking about these things, they know that it's possible to be young and be sane. It's possible to be young and be free from these things and not addicted. It doesn't make you less, it doesn't make you not cool to be unaddicted or to have no addictions to these substances. So when we do these things, it can help. These are the first steps we can take. Create more awareness. Talk about the effects and how to curb these things, and then integrate it in schools, in our schools, from basic to secondary to university institutions. Train and get more people interested in mental health advocacy, both professionally as per medical line and those that will go into further studies in just create more. Let's have more trained people, professionals in mental health advocacy, reaching out to the roots, so that people are more aware of the various, like I said, is exposure. Everybody that if you're a smoker, you were introduced by somebody.
Somebody told
If
you.
you're addicted to alcohol, somebody told you that alcohol will make you feel good. Somebody always talks to somebody about something.
There's always a mentor.
So we can change the message now and say, okay, instead of this. So I believe that these are the steps. I don't know. As for the government, I don't know what they're doing now. I don't know what practical steps. I hope there's something being done, but medically speaking, I believe that more light is being thrown in the mental health line. So we have more doctors that are specializing in mental health advocacy that are coming up now, and they are taking the forefront, and they are integrating it in every treatment. So both medically, surgically, we have mental health people integrating their treatment modalities in all of this, so that some people tell you they have a headache. It's not because of any disease condition. It's because they are stressed. This man cannot pay his children's school fees. His wife is bugging him at home. He comes to the hospital, tells you he's having a headache. Sometimes you don't even give him anything. You just talk to him and tell him you'll be fine. In fact, it's okay. This lady was raped. She's carrying a child that she doesn't like, and now she's depressed. She's coming down with symptoms, and you think that is That's not her problem. Who is going to feed this child? Who is going to take care of this child? This child is reminding her of something that she doesn't want to know. You see, so it's a lot.
I think I have one question for you.
Okay.
And my question is about um people with like terminal illnesses such as sickle cell anemia.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone who has lived maybe let's say 30 years of their lives, is it possible for them to do without these substances like substance abuses? Because they always have pain here and there. They have crisis, so they move around with these drugs.
Yeah.
So how do you think? Do you think it's possible for them to?
Like I said, everything is within
The right
the
dosage.
boundaries of medical prescription.
Okay.
So even if sickle cell patient has a doctor that is monitoring and evaluating him constantly, let them just be aware of what you're doing. Let them just be aware of what you're doing.
Okay. So, really, you really nailed all of the questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Really, thank you for the answers. We appreciate. We actually had a very interactive session having you here with us today.
Very
Thank you
I told you guys that he is highly intelligent. IQ
Thank you.
100, 1000 over 100.
Thank you.
So you guys get the drill. Thank you so much, Dr. Daniel.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
having us. And you guys, my final message. Do you have any final message for our viewers out there? Do you have any advice, anything you would like to say to those who are attempting to go into this and those that are already in it?
Okay, I would say that first of all, it's possible to live without substances. It's very possible.
Very
And if you're in it, it's also possible to come out of it. And if you have somebody that's in it, you can always talk to them. Share this video, talk to them about it. Let's not keep quiet, and let's not allow society to just rot before our very eyes. So,
thank you, Dr. Daniel.
thank you.
My final words to our viewers, to those, please share this messages you've gotten from the answers. The guys, this needs to go out. Let's create awareness. Let's help those.
Someone might need it.
Yes,
right?
somebody will definitely need it. There are so many people out there, so many, we call them lungus in Abuja, wasting away, abusing substances. They can be, you can do better. There's a future. You don't have to give up on yourself. It could be as a result of depression, but that is not the best option. So please send this message out, guys. Make sure this video spreads like wildfire. And guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channels. Subscribe to our handles on our all socials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thank you for sticking with us, Dr. Les.
Thank you so much, guys. We will see you in our next episode.
Have a good one.